I'm Susan. I'm taking this candle jar and I'm going to paint it in Waverly chalk paint in crimson. And it took a few coats, and then I painted the inside of the jar so that the light wouldn't shine through and show the brush strokes. Now I used my Cricut and I made these decals, and I've got Mary, baby Jesus, and Joseph. I think we all need to remember the true meaning of Christmas. I got these images off of Cricut Design Space, and they had some beautiful images. But you could also stencil, and you can put anything that you want on these. But I just chose to do this time. I get caught up in all of the fun stuff and remind myself what Christmas is all about. Now I take some picks that I actually found in the garbage, most of them, and I decorate my jars. I'm sorry it's out of frame, but you'll see in a minute what I'm doing. And I had to show you what my supervisor was up to. But I just pulled out picks. Now you can put styrofoam in there and really make it more high and permanent. But for right now, I decided just to go with just showing you how to use it, because Christmas is still a little ways away and I have to store this stuff. But I have so many candle jars because we burn candles a lot. And I'm constantly trying to find something to do with them. And since baby Jesus is so short there, I decided to get one of this gold ribbon that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree, I believe. And I just make a simple bow and I just glue it together. And then I decide to make 2 more loops like that without the center part and just glue them on top of each other. And I'm sorry, I didn't think about it when I laid my glue gun down. But I just glued them on top of each other and I just trimmed the ends at an angle. And here's how it turned out. I think it turned out beautiful. And I love that white silhouette over the red background. This Save Our Earth Collab is a monthly challenge hosted by Crystal of the Purple Pixie. And this month's co-host is Melissa of Melissa Makes It DIY. I will have both of these talented ladies' links to their channels listed in my description box, as well as the playlist that's down below. Go check out everyone and give them some love. Now back to using up that trash. Now this one is so easy. I'm taking the Waverly chalk paint in crimson and I am painting that center tube that come out of the heavy duty foil. And it only took 1 coat. Now I'm taking this white grosgrain ribbon and I'm going to run it down like a candy cane. And I just glue it in the top. And I just follow along the little curve of the tube where it's put together. And I do this twice across from each other so that my candy cane stripes will be closer together. Now I hang on to all my little bits and scraps pieces of ribbon, and I think this came from a package that someone gave me, and I decided to use it for a small bow. And this is pretty much just like an Olivia bow. You just loop it over a few times and cinch it in the middle. Fluff it out, and then I used some netting that I had left over from a wreath I made last week. And I just cut off a little piece to kind of give it interest, and I lay the bow on top. And I just hot glue down everything. Once I have my netting and bow glued down, I decide to glue a poinsettia in the center of that, and then I embellish with some red berries. This is one of the things I like the most when I do DIYs, is the embellishment and decorating of it. And here's how it turned out. I think it's so pretty, and it's just so simple. It took no time at all to make this. This bowl is what I got a salad from Zaxby's in, and I'm going to paint it in the Waverly Chalk Paint in Crimson. And this took quite a few coats, and I just start with the outside, let it dry, and then I paint the inside. Once it was dry, I made another decal using my Cricut, and it just says Christmas is all about Jesus. And you can easily stencil this. You can write it with a paint pen. You don't have to have a Cricut to do this. You could even print it out on your computer and use a pencil on the back and trace it out and paint it in. And now I'm just going to decorate around it using various picks and berries and such that I have. And I just add all of this on with hot glue. I just had this one little single rose left over from Valentine's, and I decided to use it instead of poinsettias. You know, he is the Rose of Sharon. I've had this pretty green ribbon with gold trim. It's velvet ribbon, and I've had it for years. And I just make another small bow with that, just like I did before. And I had another scrap. I'm not sure where I got this scrap from, but I love it. Wished I had more of it. And I just make a little simple bow with it in the center. And I just trim up the edges to a slant. I would have dovetailed them, but they were very short, so I just went with the slant. And I just fluff it out real good and hot glue it on the top. And now I'm just adding berries to cover that chenille stem that's in the center where I tied it together. And I think it just turned out beautiful. Isn't it pretty? I love this. I'm thinking this might be my favorite. And you can also hot glue a hanger to the back or poke holes through it, because it is just thin plastic to hang it up. Now this is my last and final DIY, and I am using the K-cups from your Keurig, and I just painted them black. And I'm just taking this thin ribbon, and I'm just gonna hot glue it around. I'm making snowman hats, and this is another one that is so easy to do. And it's a good way to use up all those cups, especially if you're short on ornaments. And I just glue the ribbon around both of them. And then I just get a sticker from a pack I have from Dollar Tree. And I use the snowflake on one and one of the red bows on the other. And you could decorate these little hats. I think if you had like the ping pong balls from Dollar Tree, you could probably make the snowman head. But I just think these are so cute. And I mean, they were just so simple. I took some embroidery floss and just tied a knot and poked it through the hole that was already there from your Keurig and just hot glued it in, and you got your little hanger. Aren't they cute? Well, here are all my projects. I hope you like them. I enjoyed making them. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Leave a comment. Which one of these is your favorite? Don't forget to visit Crystal and Melissa's channel as well as the playlist. And until next time, bye y'all.